The tragedy of Ashok Makar was that he never really enjoyed the confidence of the selectors, nor was he given a fixed place in the batting order. In his 22 tests, spread over almost a decade, he went in anywhere between number 1 and number 8. And quite often, he often played in only one test of a series. This was a pity, for Makar possessed a wide range of strokes, and even though he could never measure up to the level of his great father Vinu Makar, he did have the talent and class to run up better scores than his overall career figures suggest. He first came into prominence by scoring a half-century as a teenager against the MCC for West Zone in 1963-64. A series of big scores over the years saw him get his break against New Zealand in 1969-70. He went in late in the order and then, because of circumstances, was pushed to the opening slot. He was an instant success in his new role against Australia, negotiating Mackenzie and Connolly with ease and running up successive scores of 74, 8, 64, 68 and 97. He had a fair amount of success on the tour of West Indies in 1971, striking up a good combination with new boy Sunil Gavaskar, with whom he shared partnerships of 68, 74, 72 and 123, unbroken. But he failed in England in 1971, and thereafter a question mark hung over his test career. Overlooked for the series against England in 1972-73, he played in only one test against England in 1974 and again only in one test against West Indies in 1974-75, always being shuttled up and down the order. He missed the dual tour of New Zealand and West Indies, but was back for the series against New Zealand at home in 1976-77. He did well enough but was dropped and was again considered for only one test against England later that season. He did reasonably well in the series in Australia in 1977-78. He headed the tour averages with 508 runs at 50.80, but was not considered thereafter. In first-class cricket, however, Makar has been in a class of his own. In the Ranji Trophy alone, he has scored 6,619 runs, 76.08, with 22 hundreds, with the highest score of 265 against Delhi in the 1980-81 final. He later took to coaching and took charge of Mumbai, Madhya Pradesh, Railways and Baroda. He died in his sleep in August 2008, aged 61. Ashok Makar debuted in Test cricket against New Zealand at Brabourne Stadium, Mumbai, on 25 September 1969. His last Test match was against Australia at Sydney on 7 January 1978. Ashok Makar's only ODI match was against England at the Oval on 15 July 1974. Ashok Makar played 22 Test matches, 42 innings, and scored 991 runs with a low batting average of 25.41. His highest score of 97 against Australia at Delhi in 1969 helps India to win that test by 7 wickets. He hit 6 half-centuries in his entire Test career. He took 12 catches as a fielder. Ashok Makar played one ODI match and scored 44 runs in his entire ODI career with a brilliant batting average of 44.00. His ODI strike rate is 72.13. His highest ODI score of 44 and best bowling of 1 for 47 against England at the Oval in 1974 goes in vain, as India lost that ODI by 6 wickets. He also took 1 wicket with a bowling average of 47.00. Ashok Makar had a terrific first-class record. He played 218 matches, 326 innings, and scored 12,980 runs with a glorious batting average of 50.90. His highest score in first-class cricket is 265. He has 31 centuries in his kitty. He also took 72 wickets in first-class cricket with a bowling average of 45.50. In List A cricket, Ashok Makar played 26 matches, 20 innings, and scored 700 runs with a super strong batting average of 46.66. He also took 8 wickets in List A cricket with a super strong bowling average of 20.00.